I normally charge $9,500 for this exact strategy on how we doubled up our shop rate, but I'm going to be giving it for completely free in this YouTube video. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Here are some of my client results that I've done using this exact strategy, and they've ended up leveraging it as well. Like one of my clients, five qualified calls in 1 week. We have my other client, he's doing 5 calls in one day consistently. And the strategy, the whole method, the whole system is just getting too out of hand for him. Closed a 7.5K deal. We got another client here, Dando, doing 4 calls right now, currently in the pipeline, and he charges 6K. So he has over $28,000 in the pipeline. And then we also have Brian doing 7.2K deals at 15 years old. Table tennis coach in a huge untapped market, and he's going to be dominating that entire market this entire year. So get ready for that. But here's a strategy. Here's exactly what we do for our own clients and for even our own company at Azaran Scaling that has doubled our shop rate. Let me give you some context first. We used to book calls, but we would never actually close them. The thing with us, it was never really a booking call problem. Well, it was a while back, but like it took us, it was quickly for us to get rid of that problem, right? But what we were struggling with for a while was actually, to be quite frank and honest with you, is getting people to show up on calls. That was a really, really big thing for us. So we would have a whole team booking these calls with us on the back end whilst we'd be doing more leverage tasks and working on client work. But when we'd actually hop on calls with these people, and we'd actually like wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., even 6 a.m. because our time zone is pretty fucked up because we're in Australia and all of our clients are in like UK, US, and Dubai. No one would actually turn up because we had no system in place. Or if they did turn up, they were cold and they were not ready to buy. They will hop on a call and be like, hey, like, what's this call about? I completely forgot about what was it all about anyway. They would turn up completely uninterested. And now the strategy is very simple. And this strategy has allowed me to close a lot of clients just by leveraging it, as you can tell, and it works. And it's very, very simple. It's 3 steps. Calendly questionnaire, dialogue method, and the group chat method. And it's so fucking simple, right? I'm gonna make this. This is gonna be a short video, guys, because I don't like to overcomplicate stuff on my channel, right? I want to try and give out as much information as I can for free on what I do and how I help my clients scale, right? So you guys, whenever you guys end up partnering up with me into my program, for now you can use this free information to scale, and then once you generate results with that, then you can come on a call with me, and then we're going to upscale you past 50K a month. But anyway, back to what I was saying, the calendar questionnaire. The first step is you book the call, but you need to first gather data and information. And what that means is, guys, is essentially getting their phone number and email address. And another huge part is figuring out how much money they make. So, for example, right, you send a Calendly, and the main 3 questions you'd have is literally, like I said, phone number, email, and how much money they have to invest. So with these 3 data, data information points that we have right now, whatever you want to call it, we know if they're qualified, and now we own the lead. Because now we can call them up whenever we want. We literally own and we've captured the lead. When we do this, right, and another big thing is a lot of people get messed up is from our Calendly, they can only book in 2 calls. I mean, they can only book a call 48 hours from the initial time. So let's say it's a Thursday, right? Thursday, 6 p.m. The most latest that they can book from to is 6 p.m. on a Saturday, 48 hours. Because what we've seen over the past, I've been in business since I was 14, now I'm 17, now I'm about to turn 18 very soon. What I've seen over the past couple of years in business and just from marketing, just booking so many calls, is when a lead ends up booking a call too late, maybe a week from now, 2 weeks from now, it's such a huge sales process. It takes a fuck ton of time to actually nurture them, make them trust you, and get them to pay you on the first call, especially from outbound. With inbound, it's much easier from inbound from content or paid advertising, but with outbound, you have to hop on at least 2 calls to end up signing them, or even 3 most times. We do it in the first 2 calls. So imagine this, right? You do, well, fucking You don't do the system. You book the call, but they end up booking 2 weeks from now. It's like 2 weeks ready. You have the first call from 2 weeks. They book another week call in a week after. You end up closing them in 3 weeks, which just waste of so much time. But if you change one single thing, which was they can only book 2 calls. Why am I saying 2 calls? If they can only book a call 48 hours from the initial timing, it makes it so much easier and makes it so much quicker because they're more used to you, they're getting more nurtured, and you already built a little bit of rapport. You can instantly hop on a call with them and you can sell them and actually sell a proper sales call the next day. And the first call is just like a networking. That's what we do for outbound, right? And the second stage is the dial up. So now let's say Thursday night, the lead booked on a call for Saturday morning. When it reaches Friday evening, around Friday evening, what you do is you dial up the lead on WhatsApp. We do the same thing because we're in Australia. We don't have a business account or anything, so we just dial them up on WhatsApp. And what I do, because I handle this entire part of the business, so what I do is I call them up and I just be friendly as fuck. I'm like, "Hey brother, how you been? What made you book on a call? I took a look at your the questions. Are you sure you're making this amount of money? We're only taking on 3 to 5 clients this month. I mean, per quarter. Are you aligned with that? If everything fits the frame and everything looks good to go, can you start immediately? Do you have the funds to invest right now?" Like all these questions, and also just being friendly and conversational on a dialogue call. So if they are bullshitting, if they're not qualified, we can instantly cut it off, right? So the dial-up phase is by far, to be honest, there's no by far most important. Both these all three are like all like equally as important. So if you don't have one of them, the other one's gonna fucking crumble. If you don't have the third part, everything else is gonna crumble. So it all works in unity. So yeah, once you dial them up, let's say you have 24 hours now before the call. This is where the fun begins. And I'm about to show you a visual representation. That's when you make a group chat. And it's much easier for me because I have a business partner, right? But if you don't even have a business partner, you can make a group chat between you, your closer, and the lead, or the appointment setter, you, and the lead, where you can have the appointment setter dial them off, and then the setter makes a group chat between you, the lead, and him. And what you do is now when you make the group chat is you send a voice note, essentially just introducing yourself. Right, let me kind of do it. So the Calendly is you nurture you know if they're qualified. You dial them up for more nurturing, more rapport build to keep them more warm, and just essentially build more touch on them, build that more relationship, and then more personalization. And then when you make a group chat, you build that rapport and relationship to the next level, right? Like I just showed you, you send voice notes, and what I'm saying in the voice is essentially like introducing myself. I'm like, "Hey brother, we just spoke on the phone. I can't wait to speak to you on our meeting. I have a couple of cool things I want to show you, and I also have some freebies that I made for you." All right, the main thing is just hyping up the call, and then I also say at the end, the call to action of the voice is actually just to my partner Mohammed here. As you can see, I'm like, "Hey Mohammed, feel free to introduce yourself," and whatever the lead's name is, right? Let's say Michael, and Michael, feel free to introduce yourself to Mohammed as well. And you see, it ends up becoming like a little game where they end up sending the email, introducing themselves. My partner sends a voice note, and you see how like I sent that 11:23, he sends it, and then he replies like almost half a day later. So the conversation doesn't just happen, doesn't just start and end within the first 10 minutes. It just goes along. So then by the time we hop on the call, they're already used to us. And let me give you another example, right? I told you introduction at both the lead and my partner. My partner sends it, and then we book the lead in. Now we ended up closing this guy for 6K USD, so 9K UD. Introduction, call to action, right? I was like, "Hey, introduce yourself, boys." My partner introduced himself, my client introduced himself, the lead, and we booked him a call. We closed them instantly. Another one, my partner ended up doing it this time. Made the group chat, made the group chat, introduced himself. I had the guy introduce himself. I sent a voice note, booked the call immediately. And just from this, like doing these three methods of Calendly questionnaire for qualification, dial up for more personalization and build more rapport, and then setting up a group chat for that extra step, we've done it this month. I reckon, I believe the core point of how we've ended up doing $14,300 in deals in just under 4 weeks whilst I'm in high school at 17 and my partner at 16 is because of this, right? Booking calls is easy, generating leads is easy, creating content like this is easy. But you know what's actually hard? Getting leads to actually turn up on call ready to buy. And that's exactly what we've done for my own company. You can see here, right? $14,300 in 4 weeks, and that's exactly what we've done for my clients, right? Like I said, Brian, 7.2K in just 1 week at 15. We have Daniel booking 4 calls a day, $28,000 in the pipeline. We have my other client, Michael. He did five calls consistently, 7.5K deal, three-way deal. And then we have my other client, 5 calls in this week, and they're qualified, guys. If you guys are interested and you guys want one-on-one support and you want me to come into your business and scale you past 30 to 50K a month and scale your high ticket program, DM me on Instagram below and let's talk from there.